This next exercise, we're going to be working on hip mobility and a little bit of activation depending on the variation, okay? The first part we're going to work on is just mobility, okay? It's called the hip 90-90. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your legs, you're going to sit on something firm, and you're going to bring your feet a little wider than shoulder width apart, okay? It doesn't have to be exact, just something somewhat wider than your shoulders, okay? And then what you're going to do, let's say if you're unable to sit all the way up like I can here, you can take your hands and lean back so you're a little bit away from the hips so that your hips don't have to move as much. But the goal is to eventually be able to get yourself to sit up, okay? So first variation, if it's really tight, you're going to be leaning back a little bit, and you're going to drop your knees in towards one direction. So both legs are going to go left or right. In this case, I'm going to go to my left. So you're going to drop the knees in and try to get those knees to touch down, okay? Now, when you go this direction, you should feel some stretch through here. It's going to feel a little sharper than a typical muscle stretch does. That's normal, okay? And you may also feel some on the other leg, okay? The goal here would be to try to kind of get yourself to sit up until eventually you can sit all the way up without holding on, okay? If you can do it with or without your hands, either way, you're going to hold for a couple of seconds, and then you're going to flip-flop your knees to the other side. If you need your hands, you can roll back and switch, or you can stay up tall and use it as a little bit of activation to make sure that you keep your hands off and your muscles have to do a little bit of the work, okay? Now, this direction's a little tighter for me, so you may notice that this knee is a little higher than over on that direction. That's okay. It's just giving me some information about which direction I need to work on, okay? This also feels tighter on this hip for me, as I just don't sit this direction as often as I sit the other way, okay? You can also add some increased stretch to this if you feel like it feels good for you by adding some weight shift towards the spots that are tight. You can go towards the leg off to the side. You can go towards the center where the foot and the knee are together, or you can go straight towards the knee inwards. If you go this direction, it's a lot more limited than the other two positions, okay? At all times, this should not be super, super painful. Although if you are going towards the inside knee, it's going to be a little sharper than a typical muscle stretch.